vlog. It's Christmas time, as you can tell, courtesy of Ladies Touch. Beautiful staging here in front that goes with our backdrop. Thank you for bringing that in.
You're very welcome.
So we are gonna talk about something that a lot of people don't usually talk about. The behind the scenes, the not so pretty stuff of real estate staging and photography.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad,
we
the
always
ugly.
talk about the good. Let's talk about the bad and the ugly and how we make it good.
Okay, we're not going to obviously mention any names, but we'll just talk about situations that come up often for both of us.
Okay, so these are the clients we never want to work with. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, don't get
We're not getting into that. Everyone was like, whoa, I want to know this. No, we're not going to get into that.
You know, it's just funny because certain personalities you're going to work well with and certain ones you don't. But talking about staging a house and talking, you know, usually I get a phone call, just like you do, saying we have a house, it's got to get staged, it's got to get ready, can you come and do a consult? And you go in, you take a look at it. Mm-hmm. I know when I get a phone call after to go take a picture, I'm looking at, you know, what am I expecting? Is it a big luxurious home? How's it going to look?
How much light?
Staged? How much light is there? Are the light bulbs a different color? That bothers the hell out of me, but that's another story. So for you, when you go in there and you look at this and are you usually the homeowners there? You're consulting with them as well, or just the realtor?
Sometimes it's both. Sometimes no one's there. Sometimes it's just me. When the homeowner's there, it shows me and the agent that they're a little bit more involved in the decision making. What I like about staging that's different from design is staging is very subjective. It comes down. Is that the right one? Subjective or objective? When I make all the decisions, it's not. I don't care what you think. I only care what I think.
I'm gonna say objective.
Objective? Is it objective?
Robbie?
It's objective. So the whole point of staging is to neutralize the space and to make sure that the property shows to its greatest potential. Who's the expert on that? Me, the stager, right? So I'll take a bit of an opinion from the agent and a bit of the opinion from the homeowner, but they have to have a detachment from the house. Sometimes, exactly. Sometimes the homeowner will have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And there was instances where we staged and they said, no, I don't think this is going to work. I want it to be this way. And I'm all about keeping our clients happy to a certain degree.
To a certain point,
So we were able to meet in the middle in that sense. And at the end of the day, the property sold and it was a good turnout. But what clients have to understand is that there's a difference between staging and design. Staging, you just leave it to me, let me do what I do. We sell properties, we stage properties to sell. And if you could just trust us on that.
Right.
It would save you. It would save you a lot of time and money because if I have to go back and restaged because your client wasn't too happy with our choice of color, for instance, it's going to cost more money.
I mean, the hard part is letting the homeowner understand this is being done for the masses, right? We're trying to market your property to what a lot of people like, and usually that's like neutral colors or certain colors do well, certain colors don't, and they just can't seem to detach that difference between the two. So I know when I go in to take photos after, and I get comments from homeowners saying, oh, do you really like that pillow? Do you think that color goes good? What do you think of the picture frames? And I always say to them, it's done to the masses. Don't take your personal side out of it, what your likes are. Detach that side, but I know it's difficult.
Exactly.
So how do you deal with situations where you have to go back because I know for a design aspect, you're working with the homeowner because you have to go with what they like. Whereas like you just said, staging is two different things.
Right.
So you have to go back now because homeowner doesn't like all the pillow colors. What do you do?
We meet in the middle. I say with
and it's not the realtor's fault.
It's not the realtor's
fault. And I get it because we try to then make our clients happy at the same time, but there's a So the realtor's objective is to make sure that their client's happy, and that's my objective too. If you're hiring me, I'm not trying to upset any of your clients. Of course. So we always work to make everyone happy. So it's really no problem for me to say, okay, this is what I think, this is what you think, this is what we should come up with a solution. Yeah. Right? But I have walked away from clients before where I've said, you know what, I don't think this is going to work because I feel like you're being very difficult and maybe I'm not the right stager for you. Yeah. Right? With the complete respect. Yeah. And that might be where we end up. But most of the time, it's always, you know what, Farah, I trust you. Let it go. Do your thing,
do your thing, yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably the best time when you're working with somebody that just says, listen, I hire you because you're professional. And I've had it sometimes where I had a client come behind me and they're over my shoulder and I just finally got to the point where like, would you like to take pictures?
Right, yeah.
Here's the camera. Yeah, go ahead, take the pictures.
Yeah. You do it. Yeah.
Let us do what we do. Yeah. At the same time, we try to kind of find that balance to say, I'm listening to what you want to show and showcase, but ultimately this is what it needs. And from us, on a perspective of when you do your staging, I know for me, my biggest problem that I have when we do photos is paint color.
So how do you deal with, if you want paint color change, do you actually recommend it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. In staging, we've done it so many times. The thing with paint color, it's the least expensive upgrade that you can do.
But the
biggest return.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you have different color walls, like red, we're talking purple, we're talking a dark blue, and you paint the whole house in neutral gray, that alone gives you so much value.
Yeah.
So
and it makes it look so much bigger.
So much bigger,
Yeah.
brighter,
Yeah.
More neutral. One thing I did want to bring up with you is the whole idea on, being competitive with our pricing,
Yeah.
but also knowing for a fact the value that we bring as professionals in this industry.
Yeah.
Not putting other companies down, but also, I know what I bring to the table. Right.
Well, you look at your service.
Right.
Your quality of the furniture is the other one, and the time that you invest behind the scenes, which nobody sees.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. Like I know what's involved.
What I want to say, this is one of the bad and ugly parts of the business, is a lot of the time some of our clients may not understand why one thing costs more, or you're comparing, company to company. We're not all apples to apples,
No,
right?
100%.
If someone's giving you a really, really good deal, and then you end up falling for it, I want to say. There's a difference. There's a difference in quality. There is a reason why someone is more. And the other thing I want to say is when people that I work with are willing to say, Farah, here's a fair budget for you. Me, myself, and I know this about you as well, we'll take that budget and we want to do even more.
Yeah.
Just because you believed and trusted in me. I'm that type of person that's like, I want to do more for you.
Yeah.
So there's, it's give and take, kind of.
Well, I think for me, the more somebody takes, the less you give.
Yeah.
The less and the more the less people accept, the more we give.
Exactly.
Is that the best way to say it?
Exactly.
But one of the other things I wanted to kind of bring up, because you touched on something about paint color. When you said about changing the paint color, we have instances where a paint color is a certain color. Let's say it's red. So we love neutral grays. Those are the best. So my question to you is, what is your absolute worst color that you hate in a house?
Worst color, on the walls?
Yeah, like if you go into a situation and you have to stage, really?
Don't like
no red.
I think red is.
You don't like red.
I like red on me.
Okay.
I like red on me, but I don't like it as an accent. I just think
is it too bold? Like too bold?
It's an alarming color. Like it.
To me, it's like a stop color.
It's like a negative, or like it entices like. It should entice excitement, but for me it's anxiety. It's like fear and anger. All of that is. Anger is red,
Yeah.
Blue, on the other hand, different
soft,
shades of
calm,
soft,
feel like ocean, skies.
Skies,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah,
so
true.
Psychologically,
black would be another one that is kind of like a red to me.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that it's difficult to shoot, but red is, for me, my worst color.
Black maybe as an accent. Wall.
Yeah.
Right? But if you have a room that's black, no.
No. I'm talking, no, sorry. Like I have black, obviously, in the studio, and our walls are all black. But we have some instances where it's like black ceiling. Black walls. I'm like, oh my God.
No. That's too personal. Yeah. I recently walked into a home where the crown molding was painted gold. Right? And I said to the homeowner, I said, this is great for you.
Yeah.
But if you want to appeal to more than just your type, then you need to paint everything back to it's white.
Yeah. No, it's tough for a lot of them though, right? It's tough. Yeah. But my biggest, so here's my next question. So besides the staging, besides great photos, would you say painting is the number one thing that they should do? Or it would be like tiles, kitchen?
Decluttering. Okay, before you paint, declutter. Like, if it feels so much better, even for the homeowner, to purge, And then you start the process of, removing.
That's hard for people.
It's very hard. The emotional.
Not a lot of people think they're hoarders.
Yeah.
But
we
to a certain limit, you collect stuff, right?
I'm a stager, and we have stuff that belongs to my daughter from when she was a 6-month-old.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to get rid of.
Yeah.
But if I'm moving, I might.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So declutter would be first?
Declutter is first, okay? And then the second thing I would say is correct furniture then painting, then correct furniture placement. That alone is enough. And then if you want to go the added mile, then you hire a stager, hire a Ladies Touch, and we come in and we add the glam, the bells and whistles, the warmth, the coziness.
So, going back to the other thing you were talking about just now is understanding the value of what you get. So I know we do a lot of social media marketing and behind the scenes stuff. And the reason I do it a lot is to just kind of show clients what's involved. It's not just going, taking a picture and walking away. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. A lot of experience is built into that 10 years of really knowing how to take that photo and how to edit it and to make it look different. especially stuff like we just did a condo downtown. It was 2 condos downtown that were $3 million.
Plus, $3 million. And
do you know how hard it is to sell a $3 million condo in Toronto?
Yeah.
It's tough. And Farah staged one of them. The first one, the 101?
102.
102, sorry. And then it sold in a week, 2 weeks?
So it still took a couple of months.
Did it?
But what happened, the full story is that this unit had been sitting there for like almost a year, I want to say,
Yes.
vacant.
Yeah.
And it wasn't selling.
Yeah.
It had beautiful views of Toronto,
Yeah, it's
right?
gorgeous.
You would think that
Gorgeous.
alone, someone would walk in and be like, I want to live here. The CN Tower is my next door neighbor.
Yeah, you walk in, it was empty though. It's just...
You didn't know what rooms were what. There was no purpose. There was no connection.
Yes.
So thankfully, we were given the opportunity to do not just 101 and 102, which were the only 2 penthouses on this floor.
So, yeah.
So in my mind, we did very masculine design for one and a very feminine design to the other one.
The first one was a feminine.
The 102.
The first one was feminine.
102 was masculine. With the grays
Yes.
and the blacks.
101 was...
101, the one that we just recently
Yes.
sold and staged, that was very feminine.
Yeah.
And I envisioned the buyer. I pretend that I am this person that's going to buy this property. So what do I need to feel when I walk in here? And that's how we go about staging.
Yeah, I mean, they were stunning. Those are one of the ones when I walk into it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to spend here. Remember that whole give more? I could have stayed there for like 4 hours more.
Yeah. And then going back to the behind the scenes, you see it when it's done. But me and my team, we spent weeks.
Yeah.
Like I knew that, I was very hopeful that we were going to get the one next door to stage when this one sold.
Right.
So that's when the design started, and I started buying furniture. Even though we had furniture in stock, I said, no, we're going to buy brand new.
Yeah.
We're going to make this place look like a model suite. And we brought colors together,
To cater for that downtown...
To cater to the downtown
client.
core. Yeah. We even did research. We went around the block to kind of see who was in the neighborhood, just that extra stuff. Because I really wanted to feel what I was going to do to this.
Right.
And all of it paid off. All the hard work. Sleep. And I couldn't sleep. Can ask my husband. I was not sleeping. I was just thinking about how we're going to execute the best stage for this unit.
You couldn't sleep, but I'm going to say, because I know for me, it's about excitement.
Yeah.
Like you're just so excited because you're so passionate, right?
I couldn't wait, yeah.
So, and I think that's where the true value, and I know working with you has been, I see your passion in what you do because I feel the same way with what I do. So going back to kind of the value, yes, apples are not apples. Things are different on what you're going to get, and ultimately, it's just kind of like a realtor, and we deal with a lot of realtors. Realtors might give you a 5% commission rate, and the other ones will give you a 2% commission rate. What are you going to get? What are they going to give you?
How much harder are they going to work for you?
Yeah.
To negotiate that extra tens and hundreds of thousands. Because you trusted them and you gave them more.
So I try to bring that back, and I say, okay, well, if a client said to you, I'm only going to give you 2%, are you really going to go out there and try to get them an extra $30,000, $40,000?
Yeah.
No, you're just going to want to sell it as fast as you can. It works the same way for us.
And I have to point out, we're a fairly new company. This is going into our 4th year. But in the beginning, I was very... Sure, I'll take what you give me, kind of, very naive and young and just so happy to be working, but I have established value, and I know that you have. We have great clients that do value us for what we do, and I'm going to stick to that. And if anyone, especially in the real estate career, if you know that you bring value, don't let the client determine what you're worth. You know what you're worth. So
I think that's in any industry.
Any industry.
Any industry.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just talking real estate and photography or staging. I mean, if you're a carpenter, if you're somebody who lays tiles down. Like, I know for a fact when I got tiles done here at the office, and I had a guy that I use, by far, he's probably the best tile guy I've ever set, but he's also more expensive.
Right.
So, and I won't change because I've had another tile guy do some work before, and everything's all,
Right. Costs you more to fix.
It costs you way more to fix.
Yeah.
So, getting to that, and we'll get to the ending, is when you hire a photographer or a stager, whoever it may be, you have to be careful because as a business, for you, what you put out there is what you might get back. So if you get bad staging done or bad photography done, it reflects on you and your business. So whether it's us or, okay, so here's another pet peeve of mine. Please don't take, I do not like being called the best. I have a lot of clients that say you're the best photographer, or they'll say to you, I don't know how you feel about it, but
I
for
am
me,
the best. You call me that all day long. I'm kidding.
But we are, I would say,
the best.
The most passionate. I wouldn't say that's the right word. Yeah. I know Robbie says that you're the best, but she is the most passionate. I'll definitely give her that. But I personally like to say we are probably the most passionate when it comes to doing what we do. There are a lot of other great companies that are out there, and ultimately you decide, who you want. So from that, I would like to say Merry Christmas, Farah.
Merry Christmas.
And looking forward to 2020. Thank you for coming out. Guys, so that was the good, the bad.
And the ugly.
And more of that to come for 2020. So if you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook.